Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury from the ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, and ArchieLuxury corporate. Guys, keep watching. Keep watching. I need the viewers. I need the viewers. I need the subs. I need it. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell your friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just tell them anyhow. ArchieLuxury on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury back on the Paul Pluta channel doing paid reviews. This is a paid review. This is a special paid review for Bud. This is paid review 20 SE51. Very interesting collection here with Bud. He's got a Patek. Before we start this review, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my JJ LeCoultre, the Reverso, the Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. Okie dokie, let's jump in. Let's jump in and discuss this guy's collection here. Hey Arch, please don't use my real name. Call me Bud. I've sent you $100 via PayPal. Thank you. Here are my watches for you to review. I've always been fascinated by watches ever since I learned how to tell time, but as a kid I could never find a watch that would take a licking and keep on ticking. I grew up in the United States of America and I worked in the summers mowing lawns to save up to buy a good watch. In 1967, I was 15 and I gave my mother $150 to buy me the best watch she could get when she went to Switzerland for the first time. My mother had a good sense of style and she bought me a Rolex Date, just 1500 or 1501, see attached photo, on a leather strap. She did not have the good sense. She did not have the good sense to kick in some money of her own to buy me a 67 Paul Newman Daytona, but that's the way it goes. Yes sirree. That's a bit of a, actually that's a date. It's a date. It's not a date just, it's a date. The Rolex Date was my daily wearer until 2006. By then I was 44 years old, making good money as a criminal defense lawyer, and I decided to buy from an authorized dealer a new Rolex Day-Date 118238. The dealer had one in stock with a white dial, which I preferred over the popular champagne dial. Yes sirree. Yes sirree, I quite agree. He gave me 20% off retail, and I believe I paid just over 18,000 US dollars. A few years later, I started lusting after a Patek Philippe Calatrava, and in 2012 I purchased a used Patek Philippe 5107J. I had a 5107G. The J is the yellow gold. From a reputable jeweler in town. Original box and papers. Paid just under 14,000. I love the watch and wear it whenever I want to be cool. A watch habit has to be fed, and in 2015 I bought online from a reputable grey market dealer the Rolex Polar Explorer 2 with the 3186 movement. I looked a long time for that watch. Box, no papers, paid $48.50 US. The local Rolex dealer is near my office, and May 2017 I stopped into their shop to chat. I noticed they had Rolex Batman 116710 BLNR. I wanted another GMT, but I never thought the one I dreamed of would be in stock. I played it cool and told the Rolex manager I wanted a Batman, but asked for 10% off retail. The manager went in the back room, made a call. A few minutes later, he told me I could have a Batman at 10% off, provided I paid in cash. No check, no credit card. I said deal. Went to the bank, returned, paid $86.81. I also told the Rolex AD that I was still interested in a ceramic Panda Daytona. I had been bugging them for over a year, and in October 17, I got the call. I paid retail of 13,300 and was happy to do so. In January 2020, after waiting for about a year, I purchased from the same Rolex AD and No Date Submariner 114060. Paid full retail. I had a choice between the date and the No Date sub. I went with the No Date. I like the look of it better, and I have never worried about what day it is while underwater. I know some of these watches may seem trendy, but I only buy the ones that speak to me. I love them all, and I feel like my collection is complete. I am starting to notice a hankering for a Zenith El Primero 1969. What do you think? Love your channel. Stay helpful. Bud. I actually love this story. I love this story because it's, that's, you know, the way the innocence, the naivety of this story. 1967, you said your mother was going to Switzerland, you gave her $150, you worked your ringer off, and she got you a Rolex Date. Now, in all honesty, I don't think that was actually bad at all. She probably put a bit in, I would dare say. I'd hazard a guess. Steel on the oyster bracelet, Rolex Date. See, that's a 34mm watch. In the day, 1967, that would have been very, very respectable. That would have been a man's watch. So for you to have that, I think it's so cool. I think it's so cool to have that. I had a similar story. I had my own business when I turned 18. I said to a guy in the jewelry trade, get me the cheapest Rolex you can get. I didn't know about secondhand. He got me a new Explorer 1. I remember thinking, oh, I would have liked a Sapphire one, but because he sold it to me at a deal, I didn't want to bitch. I didn't want to whinge. I just acted very, I was cool. It was a Rolex. It was new. It was a Rolex 1016L serial number. It was amazing. Okay, absolutely amazing. So I gotta say, a Rolex Date, man, that's a very nice watch in the day for you to have as a youngster. That's a beautiful watch. So hey, who could pick these things? It's very hard. And I see you've had some wins. Let's be honest here. So I've got to say, honestly, the Rolex Date, beautiful. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. I had a client, a fan of mine, actually he died, Herman, the German guy. He was a good friend of mine, Herman. God rest his soul. He was in the he had 19 BMWs in his lifetime, we worked out. And when he made it big, he went to Hong Kong and he bought a Rolex Date, 34mm, no holes. It was a two-tone. He got a two-tone, same size watch. So I got to say to you, seriously, nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing at all. So I got to say, I think that was actually quite a beautiful watch for a young guy to have. It's a cool watch. It's discreet, under the radar, absolutely beautiful. Then 2006, you've got a Day-Date. I actually had, believe it or not, I had a cream dial. I had not a 118. Mine was an 18238. And I know exactly, I love the creamy, I had a creamy dial with diamonds. I had diamonds. I bought it pre-owned. I agree with you. I think it looks amazing with the cream face there. The champagne, look, don't be too upset about it, because those dials can easily be changed. Sometimes on the box it's got a dot, which is actually the color of the dial. So it's best not to change it, but I'm saying I wouldn't ever be upset with. That's a great dial. That's a great dial. I love it. You've got a Patek 5107J. Man, I saw these photos come in here and I thought, wowzers, that's the same. I had the same Patek Philippe 5107G. I had the white gold variant. I actually love. I think that watch is absolutely stunning. Okay, I honestly, I tell you now, I don't think you could get a more beautiful piece than that there. Just hang on, I'm just trying to save one of these photos here. Here we go, beautiful. That's a beautiful watch, beautiful. You've got an absolute stunner of a collection, even with the date. The date's also, that tells such a story. It's your fabric. I think the 5107 is a beautiful. I've got two 5127s, which is the model directly after the 5107. Total honesty with you, I actually think the 5107 is cooler. There's very little difference. Later 5127s had the 324 movement, but the earlier 5127s had the 315 movement. That's Patek's bread and butter, big rotor, automatic with date, beautiful movement. The big thing about the 5107 is smooth bezel. Absolutely, I actually think it's best. I think it's stunning. It's gorgeous. There was a fantastic article. Nick Folks did a fantastic article in Patek magazine about 5107s. If you haven't seen it, let me know and I'll send you a copy of it. Okay, I'll take a photo of the article and email it to you. You got a Explorer 2 4850 for a 3186. They are pulling big money. See, you've had a win there. That's done very well. You've also got a Batman. Absolutely winner chicken dinner. Then you've also got the Panda winner chicken dinner. Sub no date. Look, whether it's a sub no date or a sub with a date, I don't think it makes any difference. I think that is the ultimate hat trick. Submariner, GMT, Daytona, GMT function watch, a diver, and a chronograph. Man, those three watches, that's winner chicken dinner. I got to tell you, what do I think of adding a Zenith? Now, I think a Zenith is a I think you got a beautiful collection. I actually look at this collection and think, you know what? You just nailed it. And I don't ever sell the date. It's not a date just. The date just was slightly, they were 36 mils. They were, and date just also normally had a fluted, you could get a date just with a smooth bezel, but most of them were fluted. Whereas on the date, they were normally smooth bezel. You could get them with Jubilee or Oyster bracelets. The Oyster is actually a better bracelet, that's what you've got. Man, what a story! You got that from Switchman. That was such a cool watch in the 60s and 70s, man. To have that, even the 80s, that's a cool Rolex story. You're a watch enthusiast. With your dedication, man, that is a wristwatch enthusiast story. So, well done. That's all I can say. Winner chicken dinner. That's all I can say there. I think that's winner chicken dinner. That's a beautiful collection. You got all your bases covered. What a great story. Good on you. Good on you indeed. I think what do I think of getting a Zenith? 100%, man. I've had it. 1969, I had the open heart. You can also get it that was the 42 mil. You can get it as a 38 mil with the tri-color eyes there. I don't think it matters, man. You are a winner chicken dinner. Please, if you're going to buy the Zenith, don't be paying retail. You want to get a hefty discount. You make sure you get a hefty discount. That's something that really should be bought on the pre-owned. So don't be sucked into these ADs. So I got to tell you, bud, absolutely beautiful collection. Absolute honor to read it. I agree with you. What more do you need? I don't think, do you need to have the Zenith? No. Would it be nice? Of course. It's a great watch to have. beautiful Patek. You've got absolutely winner chicken dinner. High caliber collection there. Beautiful collection. I love the story there itself there. Well done. Guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I love this collection. I love hearing his story. He mowed lawns to get his first... Man, I remember mowing lawns to get my Omega. I got an Omega. Before I got the Rolex at 18, I had an Omega from Wallace Bishop. It was the Quartz Seamaster. I wanted it, an Omega so badly. A Swiss watch. So I hear you, man. I completely get it. So yeah, that's 100% my view. Well done indeed. Okay, dokie. So guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments down below. And guys, remember guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. These paid reviews keep me full time. Without the paid reviews, I would sink faster than the Titanic. So please help me out. Please get a paid review done. I urgently need some paid reviews. I'm Paul Pluta. Tell me what you guys think of that. Great Patek! Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.